What's up guys, Brad here for another review, and today I want to do the 2019 F-150 XLT Crew Cab. Now this one is two-wheel drive, but that's okay, we'll get into that in just a second. Now this is a 2019. I wanted to pick this truck specifically because now that it's a couple of years old, we want to see how it's faring so far and how's it compared to the other trucks on the market, particularly the pre-owned trucks as well. So let's get into it. Alright, so we'll start on the outside, and I want to start with the engine because I feel like there's a big misconception about Ford's engine options. For one, this has the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 as a twin turbo V6, and what that means for you is you're going to get 470 foot-pounds of torque with 375 horsepower. The 5 liter is going to give you 400 foot-pounds of torque and 395 horsepower. So you can see you get a little more horsepower, but not really a whole considerable amount. But you're going to get a lot less torque. These 3.5 liter EcoBoost are going to give you a lot more towing capacity and better fuel economy. So in my opinion, the 3.5 is the way to go. Now I know, as a car enthusiast, I love a big V8, and the 5 liter has been proven time and time again with Ford. But when it comes to a pickup truck, the 3.5 is where you want to be. Now on top of that, you're going to get a 10-speed transmission, and that means something because towing. Once again, this thing has over 12,000 pounds, 13,700 if I'm correct, towing capacity. That's a lot for a V6. So we're going to jump inside right now and show you some of the quirks and features inside. Okay, so going to the inside of the vehicle, before I open the door, I want to make mention of this color. Now, it being overcast, the sun's not very bright today. It's been raining, and so I don't know how well it's going to convey to the camera here, but this is a very deep red. Ford calls it magma red metallic, and I don't think I've ever seen it on a truck before, and it's really interesting how it works. Right now it's sort of a gloss, very deep blood red, but when the sun comes out and really shines on it, you're going to see all these metallic flakes just appear. It's going to turn the truck almost looks like a different truck in different weather circumstances. But with that being said, let's hop inside and show you a few things. Now, while this XLT is optioned with cloth seats, you can get leather. This has the Sync 3 software, which I think is a huge improvement compared to Ford's previous updates or rendition. Now this example here has 23,500 miles, a little over that, but pretty good mileage for the age of the vehicle that it is. Coming back to the back of this truck, the back of the cab, you can see that I have the ability to raise the seats up, give yourself a little more cargo space. And it's really handy. I actually used this truck just the other day to go pick up a television. My one-year-old son had smacked the screen of the previous one, pretty much rendering it useless. So I went by the store, folded the seats up, and put the TV in here. And very useful feature to have. And whenever you're ready to put some passengers back here, it folds down as simple as that. Now moving back to the outside of the truck, the bed, it's nothing, special really. It's 5.5 foot standard length. It's got an inserted bed liner, which I think, inserted bed liners are perfectly okay. But the main reason I wanted to do this video is to talk about the engine. I've had a lot of my clients have concerns about the 3.5 liter EcoBoost versus the 5 liter V8. And rightfully so. I mean, we're all Americans, we love the V8s, but honestly, the 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6, if you look at other applications, a twin turbo V6 can put out more torque and more horsepower than a traditional V8. And honestly, that's where things are going nowadays, are V6s and 4 cylinders. They're putting out the same horsepower that some V8s did back in the day. So now looking at some of the components under the hood here, you see this large intake pipe here. That's routing to the turbo, and you see another pipe going to the other turbo. I'm not crazy about all the plastic that manufacturers put on their engine, but you know, it's not a big deal. It is what it is. But for one, having a twin turbo V6 is a smaller package and putting out more horsepower and more performance than a 5-liter V8 or really any V8 in a similar category, I think it says a lot. It's just a better idea than having a larger engine to put out the same power. Alright guys, so it started raining. It was already humid, and so I wanted to get inside and have a little more peace and quiet from the traffic. But if you like this video, if you felt like I should have went into detail about something, or want me to cover something else, or come back and, you know, talk about the software or talk about the steering or whatever, leave a comment. I'm very open-minded. I want suggestions. I want some feedback from you guys so that I can improve the content. You know, it's about education for me. I've spent my entire life around cars, learning about them and things like that, and so there's always somebody who may be researching an F-150 or researching pickup trucks, or someone who's a young car enthusiast wanting to learn more about engines, or you know, what's coming up in the world and what's the best bang for buck. You know, whatever the case is, there's always different scenarios, and if I can be a resource for someone, great. So with that being said, again, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.